Today on Cptv, we have up-to-date information on the newly proposed Student Success Fee.
The Occupy San Luis Obispo camp commemorates its 100th day.
And Cal Poly celebrates the Year of the Dragon.
Live from Studio 300 on Cal Poly's campus, I'm Hope Hanselman.
And I'm Travis Ketchatorian. You're watching Cptv. Administration is asking students to cast their vote on a new campus-wide fee. Cptv's Lindsay McLeod has all the information you need to know going into the vote.
Since 2008, state support for the university has decreased by $66 million. State university fees have made up for part of that reduction to the tune of almost $33 million, but that still leaves a $33 million gap.
So what's the solution? They call it the Student Success Fee, and its purpose is to maintain the high quality of education that Cal Poly has become so known for. It doesn't entirely fill the gap, but if the initiative is passed, it will raise an additional $14 million for Cal Poly. On February 29th, the Cal Poly portal will come live with the vote. Until then, to help students make the most informed decision, Cal Poly administration is holding a series of forums for open discussion about the proposed fee.
Regardless of whether a student votes in favor or against, I want that decision and choice to be an informed one. And so that's my goal in this process, is to make sure students are informed on the issue.
The forums are designed to provide as much information for students as possible. However, even the provost doesn't know exactly where the money will go. Due to time constraints, administration won't know where money from the fee will be allocated until after the vote takes place. Administration does know that 60% of the funds raised will go towards academic programs aimed at helping students graduate on time, and the other 40% of the funds will go towards maintaining and improving the quality of student life.
I think the argument for voting in favor of it is to maintain the quality in the Cal Poly experience and the value of the degree. That's a pretty compelling argument for it. I think that if it doesn't pass, there's significant ramifications for that students will definitely feel, and over time will deteriorate the reputation that Cal Poly has.
It's important to note that the student vote is strictly advisory, and President Armstrong and the CSU Chancellor do have the ability to override our decision. On the Cal Poly campus, Cptv, Lindsay McLeod.
Students have 9 more opportunities to attend an open forum. The next one takes place on Monday, January 30th at 10 a.m. in UU Room 220.
Construction workers on campus are dealing with reports of new leaks in the rec center ceiling, and this comes just 1 week after the facility opened. Tuesday's rain left puddles along the track and basketball courts. ASI workers placed trash cans around the facility to catch the falling water. Students said the leaks made working out inconvenient.
You know, it's kind of disappointing considering how long we waited for it and how much money went into this place.
So I'm just hoping that they can fix it soon and there isn't going to be any other foreseeable challenges.
The executive director of ASI said they are glad it happened while the rec center was still under warranty. He says the construction company will fix the leak at no additional cost. Student fees will not go towards the cost of repairs. Protesters gathered in front of the San Luis Obispo County Courthouse yesterday, but this time with a more cheerful outlook. Cptv's Olivia Bickle brings us an update on the Occupy movement.
The San Luis Obispo protesters are celebrating their 100th day occupying outside of the San Luis Obispo Courthouse today. The celebrations throughout the day included live music and yoga. Occupy Slow is one of the oldest occupations in the country. Occupy Wall Street didn't make it to their 100th day, which would have been on December 25th. The group defines itself as a peaceful assembly and forum for the expression of free speech on a variety of economic and social justice issues.
We're completely a horizontal organization. There's no verticality, which is one of the reasons that it's so tricky dealing with the rest of the world, because everything else is vertically organized. And so we just kind of go like this constantly.
The occupiers encourage people to stop by their tent and talk to them.
We have probably one of the best locations in San Luis Obispo. There's something going on here from 7 o'clock in the morning until the last person leaves there or stumbles out of the bars down there. We get to meet them all.
You can find out more about the organization on their website, occupyslow.org, or on their Facebook page.
So we're going to stay here. We're going to bear witness as long as they will. This movement will, someday it won't be here, someday there won't be occupies on the street corners, but we're not going away.
occupiers say they still have more to accomplish and that they're here to stay. Olivia Bickle, Cptv.
And occupiers say their campsite at the courthouse gives them good exposure to the community. Last Monday began the new year in the Chinese lunar calendar. Morgan Chappelle shows us what San Luis Obispo is doing to celebrate the Year of the Dragon.
Millions of people around the world are ringing in the new year, and San Luis Obispo is doing the same as Cal Poly's Chinese Student Association prepare for their 55th annual Chinese New Year banquet.
We invite everyone in San Luis Obispo, and I guess even outside, so anyone can come.
The banquet will feature several acts pertaining to Chinese culture, including a performance from the Cal Poly Lion Dance team.
The purpose of a lion dance is to essentially bring prosperity and scare away demons of a store or a restaurant, and often in weddings as well.
The Lion Dance team is performing around the county, bringing fortune to restaurants and businesses for Chinese New Year.
We're going to have like 3 separate performances of different difficulties representing the students' progression through the year.
The San Luis Obispo Wushu Tai Chi Center will also perform at the banquet.
Tai Chi is Chinese martial arts, and also it's the most popular exercise for people and practice in the general daily life.
You displayed Tai Chi Fan, one of the Tai Chi styles her and her students will perform at the banquet.
The Tai Chi could help people improve them healthy and make better balance and build a strength and a flexibility.
Gung hei fa choi. I hope you make more money next year, and a Xian Nian Ko. Happy Chinese New Year. Hope you all have a wonderful Year of the Dragon. Cptv, Morgan Chappelle.
And if you want to check out the banquet, it will be held this Saturday at 8 p.m. in the Chumash Auditorium.
Cal Poly engineers are putting their senior projects to good use. CPTV's Madison DeMurray has the story.
Students in the QL Plus lab are developing technologies to assist veterans injured in the line of duty. The projects are all multidisciplinary, so all majors in the College of Engineering work together on each project.
It's just a place where we're really helping people. It's not about just student projects. It's combining the student projects with really assisting people that need some sort of help. It's disabled veterans.
Disabled veterans from all over the country come to the QL Plus lab to seek physical assistance from the students. The lab is funded by Quality of Life Plus, an organization founded by Cal Poly alum John Monet.
This project right here is actually an assistive device for bilateral amputees. So it's people with both of their legs amputated above the knee, and it helps them climb stairs.
Each quarter, a new group of students begins their year-long process. They spend 7 to 10 hours a week on their projects for a total of 3 quarters. The first quarter is spent planning, the second spent developing and building, and the third testing the apparatus.
It's a project that's really interesting to do. It's nice to be able to actually know that your project isn't just going to go into some archive at the library. It's going to actually be out there and used.
Other projects include an ice hockey prosthetic leg, a myoelectric hand, and the Blind Driver Challenge, a buggy equipped with a sensor to accommodate drivers who are completely blind. Madison DeMurray, Cptv.
For anyone interested in observing QL Plus projects, the lab is located in Building 192, Room 130. Well, so much for that winter weather we were expecting last week.
I know, it's sunny outside.
Coming up after the break, it's looking to be another sunny week in San Luis Obispo. We have your weekend weather update.
And the wrestling team is getting ready for their last home game of the season, so stay tuned. Okay, well, what do we got ahead?
There's a new coach on the Cal Poly campus, and we got a look at his first practice with the team.
CPTV's Ed Sukeli has more on the story and in this week's Mustang Minute.
It's been a busy week in Mustang athletics, including the women's basketball team who returned to Mott Gym for a 2-game homestand. The Mustangs take on the Pacific Tigers, looking to improve on a 3-3 record in Big West Conference play. In the first half, Ashley Burns runs down the court on the fast break and makes the layup. Poly went up big to start the game, going up 20-1 with 13:38 to go in the first half, but the game proved to be much closer. Just minutes later, Christine Martin puts up the 3 and boom goes the dynamite. And here we go again, just moments later, Martin again with the 3 as she sinks the shot. Martin ended up with 14 points in the game. Moments later, a long pass is thrown to senior Christina Santiago, who decides she doesn't want to take the shot, so she gives it to the trailing Molly Schlemmer for the easy 2. With just 1:30 left in the half, Kristen Ale has a nice crossover to drive to the hoop and get the layup, as the Mustangs should on the win 74-64. The win moves the women's basketball team to 5th place in the Big West, and they return to action on Saturday at home versus UC Davis. The men's basketball team also took on Pacific, but lost to the Tigers 61-51. They continued their road trip on Saturday at UC Davis. And Jeremy J has the exclusive look at Cal Poly Volleyball team's first practice with their new head coach.
New volleyball coach Sam Crossan had his first practice with the team and says he is looking forward to seeing them play.
Today was the first day kind of getting to see them in their environment, playing some volleyball, so I was excited to be able to get a sneak peek, so to speak, into what we have here right now.
Crossan was an assistant at Cal and St. Mary's before coming to Cal Poly. Athletic Director Don Oberhelman says Crossan is a perfect fit despite having no head coaching experience.
Coach Crossan right off the bat stood out to us because I think he's a right fit for Cal Poly. He's not only a great coach, but he understands our identity as a university. He completely understands the Mustang way of doing things.
Crossan will be trying to turn around a team that went 12-17 and finished 7th in the Big West Conference. Senior middle blocker Jennifer Ketty says she likes the knowledge Crossan brings.
I really like he has a lot of experience. He did well when he was in Cal, at his other schools.
Crossan helped lead the Golden Bears to the national championship game 2 years ago and is planning on bringing championships to Cal Poly. CPTV, Jeremy J.
And that's it for sports. For CPTV, I'm Ed Zucchelli.
Thanks, Ed.
Our Mustangs are doing some pretty good things. I know one of our seniors, Asa Jackson, is headed to the Senior Bowl.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so make sure to tune in next week for the next edition of Mustang Minute. Coming up next, we've got comedian Joan Rivers coming to Cal Poly.
And immerse yourself in Cal Poly's annual dance production. And welcome back to CPTV.
This weekend is just hours away, which means it's time to talk about entertainment in this week's Pollywood Minute.
Thanks, guys. This week for Pollywood Minute, Miss Joan Rivers herself is coming to the Performing Arts Center on Saturday. We also have our own Cal Poly students dancing in Orchesis starting tomorrow night. Take a look. Emmy Award-winning comedian Joan Rivers is performing at Christopher Cohen Center tomorrow night.
Do you like old people? And when they're proud? I'm 97 years old and you smell. I hate you.
Rivers is currently starring in 2 television shows, Joan and Melissa, Joan Knows Best, and Fashion Police. The show starts at 8 p.m. and tickets range from $30 to $75. The 42nd annual Orchesis Dance Company's concert, Emerson, is taking place in the Spaniels Theater this weekend. Approximately 50 to 60 students showed up in September to audition. 25 only made the cut. The group has been working together and choreographing their dance since fall quarter.
We do work together a lot and develop this show from guest pieces and choreographers and student choreographers, and it all comes together pretty well. It's interesting to see the final result of all our hard work.
The show also sends a unique message to the audience through movement.
Just a different style of speaking to people, just because some of the dances have a strong message, and so they'll be able to see it without a voice and instead with movement.
Emerson shows this weekend and next week. Tickets are $10 for students and $13 for the public. For more information, call the PAC at 805-756-2787. CPTV, Lauren Bennett. Thank you for watching Pollywood Minute. Tune in next week for some more entertainment news. I'm Lauren Bennett.
All right, well, that's it for us at CPTV.
Have a good weekend, Cal Poly.